Minister responsible for Status Women.
Mr. Speaker, I rise on a point of privilege. Yesterday, during debate, the member for Conception Bay South remarked that I was laughing over there like a schoolgirl. Mr. Speaker, we have certain protections within this House referred to as parliamentary privilege. One of those privileges, and I will quote from the Member's Parliamentary Guide, is freedom from obstruction, interference, intimidation, and molestation in carrying out his or her legislative duties. The remark made by the member for Conception Bay South was intimidating, sexist, misogynistic, and it has no place in the most tenuous and heated debates, and certainly no place in this honourable House. Mr. Speaker, using the term schoolgirl with the intent to belittle, condescend, and scold was wrong, and it was a breach of privilege. I wonder, has a male member of this House ever been admonished to acting like a schoolboy? Our roles as members of the House of Assembly are important. Together, we represent the people of this province in passing laws that govern our lives. Language matters, Mr. Speaker. It is how we express ourselves and our belief systems. The words we choose impact our attitudes, actions, and behavior toward women. As members of the House of Assembly who represent the women and girls of Newfoundland and Labrador, it is incumbent upon us that we elevate and empower their voices, not belittle them. That we lead with our words and actions. That we acknowledge that gender inequity and gender-based violence are directly tied to how we talk about, treat, and value women. And sadly, it is all too often normalized and unchallenged. I rise today to challenge it. I am one of the longest serving members of this House, Mr. Speaker. I am a cabinet minister, and I've worked hard to get here. Along my journey, my accomplishments have been reduced to being, and I quote, just a pretty face or a schoolgirl. I would venture to guess the women in this room share with me similar experiences enduring the brunt of sexist remarks, rhetoric, and noise. Ironically, I will be presenting a ministerial statement today, observing October 11th as International Day of the Girl, a day that recognizes girls' rights and unique challenges they face around the world. A day in which I am asking all members of this House to celebrate girls as leaders and encourage them to find their voice and take their seat at the table. It is so important, Mr. Speaker, that I challenge the member opposite's comments as one that runs so contrary to the spirit of this observance. And I will take this opportunity to say wholeheartedly that some of our greatest promise for the future of this province lies within our schoolgirls. Disrespectful and sexist remarks comes at a harmful cost, not only on me, but my fellow women colleagues, the women that work around me, on the integrity, Mr. Speaker, of the office that I proudly serve, an office whose sole purpose is to advance the status of women, and to the many women and girls watching today and who aspire to sit in our seats. I call on the member for Conception Bay South to stand in this House, withdraw his remark and apologize, and reflect on how insidious gender inequality is and his role to help end it. And so I leave you all today with some questions that we all need to ask ourselves. What is the message we are sending when we undermine and belittle the strength, value, and worth of women and girls through the use of sexist comments? By challenging sexism, what are we teaching our daughters? By speaking up today, what am I teaching my daughter? About her value, her worth, and her status in this House and in this province. By acknowledging that what was said to me is harmful and wrong, what are we teaching each other? It is my hope, Mr. Speaker, that this can be a teachable moment for all of us today. Let us take this opportunity to do better for all girls and women who are working hard toward their goals, who are leading in our communities, and who are ensuring this province has a bright and better future. I move, Mr. Speaker, seconded by the member for St. John's West, that this House consider the violation of my privileges as a member by the disrespectful and sexist remarks by the member for Conception Bay South.